Hi guys, and welcome to the Naked Naturopath YouTube channel. My name is Josefin and I'm studying a Bachelor of Health Science in Naturopathy, and on this YouTube channel I'll be talking about all things holistic health, so things like herbal medicine, nutrition, mindfulness, and yeah, so if you're into any of those sorts of things, please subscribe and follow me along my journey of becoming a qualified naturopath. When I tell people what I'm studying, I usually get a lot of blank looks followed by what is that, followed by how do you even say that? It's a bit of a weird word, naturopathy. So there is a lot of misconceptions out there and a lot of myths of what naturopaths are, so I'm hoping today to set the record straight. And yeah, once you kind of look at the way that we look at the body and the way that we look at disease, it just makes sense. So I hope you have that light bulb moment that I had and you're able to look at your health in a different way as well. So why did I decide to start studying naturopathy? Now I'm going to keep this short and sweet, not to bore you with the details, but basically I finished school, went to university, started studying dental technology, which was a health science degree as well. But yeah, graduated from that, started working as a dental technician. So if you don't know what a dental technician is, basically we make prosthetic teeth, I guess, in a laboratory. So we make things like crowns, bridges, dentures. I was doing that for a couple of years, but I just didn't have that spark. And around the same time, I was suffering with acne. So I decided to visit my GP and weigh up my options on what I can do to combat this acne. And when I was there, I was offered antibiotics, I was offered the pill, which both of them I weren't really keen on, and I was also referred to an endocrinologist, and the endocrinologist basically tried to put me on these really heavy diuretics, which I was not keen on either. There was other things there which I can't quite remember that I refused, and yeah, none of those options just sounded that great. So I decided to see a naturopath, and a few of my friends have seen naturopaths before. I was very, very new to it. I did not know much about it at all, probably very skeptical as well. Yeah, I actually had really, really good results with my naturopath, and this is what changed, my skin and my health for the better. So around this time that I started seeing results with my acne, I kind of had my light bulb moment. I was like, okay, well, I really loved learning about anatomy and physiology and that sort of stuff in the beginning of my dental technology degree, but I wasn't using any of that in my career. And I just visited a naturopath and had so much success with that. So that kind of married the two together, I guess. And yeah, I decided to start studying naturopathy. I'm going to start this one by busting some myths about naturopathy, because I heard these myths when I was going to see one and they're still circulating around to this day, so let's get to it, hey? So myth number one, I do have my computer here, so I'm going to read it from here. Naturopaths are quacks, witch doctors, and I really like this one, snake oil merchants, which basically means giving a medicine that has no medicinal benefit or something like that, which is pretty funny. Someone gave that to me on Instagram. So if you didn't know, naturopaths aren't registered in Australia, which is really unfortunate. So that basically means that anyone can call themselves a naturopath, which is ridiculous, and I'm obviously so against that. So in saying that, and to put your mind at ease, more often than not your naturopath will be qualified. These sorts of naturopaths are very, very few and far between, and unfortunately it's just always highlighted by the media, right? So they love a bloody good story. But yeah, so naturopaths do undergo rigorous training. We now have a bachelor's degree in health science, majoring I guess in naturopathy, and yeah, that's a 4-year degree and it's pretty intense. Like, it's probably harder than my last degree, my dental technology degree by far. it's nuts. I actually had someone ask me about the degree itself, and don't get me wrong, I love it. It's awesome. It's so much fun to learn what I'm learning, and it's so valuable in every sort of way, not only as a career, but like for myself, I'm learning so much about my own body as well. And yeah, but you got to be ready to study hard. It's not easy. So to end the quackery debate, 95% of what we do practice is evidence-based, but because we look at the body obviously holistically, there's going to be stuff there which isn't. So there's 5% of what we do which isn't evidence-based, which is things like energy healing, manual therapies, mindfulness practices. So yeah, not witchcraft. So we are working on getting government registration, and hopefully, fingers crossed, within the next few years, this quackery debate will be put to bed and we can be taken seriously, because it's ridiculous. This leads me to myth number 2, which is naturopathy isn't evidence-based. So, like I said, 95% of what we do is evidence-based. And what is evidence-based? What does that even mean? I hear you ask. So, evidence-based medicine refers to the medical model where the practitioner or the doctor practices therapies which are based on scientific research, the practitioner's expertise, and the client's background to come up with a treatment plan. So that basically means deriving what they do from scientific research, so from scientific papers, clinical research, all that sort of stuff to basically treat a client or a patient. So how is naturopathy even evidence-based? So there is so much evidence emerging on nutrition, herbal medicines, even mindfulness techniques and that sort of stuff. So you can even take, say, turmeric for example. That's blown up, it's everywhere. I work in a health food store and I constantly get people asking for it. And that's because it's been researched. So this is happening with a lot of herbs now, which is really cool to see. So it's kind of, science is catching up, I guess. But not only do we obviously have, or we're starting to get evidence-based research backing us up, we have generations and generations, thousands and thousands of years of traditional medicine evidence. So basically naturopathy is derived from traditional medical models. So things like, say, Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, those are the two that you probably heard the most of. And these sorts of medical models have been used for so long, since the beginning of time, and successfully as well. Don't get me wrong, obviously modern medicine is so important and we need it, and I think that if naturopaths and allopathic doctors work together, it would just be so good. Like the healthcare that we could give would be so much better if we just put our egos aside and accept that both are really important. And you know, at times modern medicine does get things wrong, you know, like drugs for example can be tested in small clinical trials, they make it to market, something goes absolutely terribly wrong and they take it back. Like that just goes to show that we just don't know everything. I just want to make it clear that I have so much respect for conventional medicine, I have so much respect for naturopathy, and I think that, like I said, we just both need to work together, man. Like, it would just be so much better. Both are so important, and naturopathy can be used in so many different ways, and people just need to know that they have a choice. And that's why I think registration of naturopaths would just help so much more, because then it would actually be recognised, and who knows what the future of healthcare could look like. So now that we've got those nasty myths out of the way, what is a naturopath? What do we do? What's the whole deal? What even is it, you bloody quacks? Tea break. The key to a good tea is it's the size of your head. So naturopaths look at the body holistically. What does that mean? So we basically look at the body as a whole. So we treat you as the whole person. You as a whole is not just your physical, so that includes your physical, mental, social, spiritual, emotional health, all those sorts of things. We look at every aspect of your health. So instead of just treating, say, the symptoms of a disease, we try and treat the root cause of the disease. So the way that naturopaths look at health and the body and that sort of thing blew my mind when I kind of first heard it, because I come from, I guess, a conventional background and wasn't very exposed to this sort of thing as a kid or through my other uni degree or anything like that. So yeah, we look at disease rather than you are a disease. We look at as your body's adaptive response to an imbalance within the body. So let's say, for example, that you have eczema. So eczema is the way that your body has adapted to a particular imbalance within your body. Now that doesn't mean that you are eczema, it means that that is the way that your body has adapted to this particular thing that's going wrong, obviously. So that could be a myriad of things. This is why there's no one cure for, say, eczema. It's always different from person to person. There's always different triggers because the root cause is different. So basically it is the goal of the naturopath to find this imbalance, correct it, and bring your body back to, say, optimal health. This is exactly why there is no quick fix. You are so different from the next person. Your microbiome's different, your DNA is different, your genes are different, what's turned on genes are different, your environment's different, say your lifestyle's different, the way that you digest and absorb your food is different. This is why there's no miracle. It's never going to be like that. Our bodies are able to heal, but we've got to give it the right things to be able to do that. So with this being said, naturopaths do respect your body's innate ability to heal itself. So the way that we treat people is to give their bodies the best chance to heal itself. So we'll do this by removing obstacles to health. So things like environmental factors, diet factors, lifestyle factors. So we want to use the least force possible to get your body to do that. Now, if we do want to use a little bit more force, we'll use things, say, like herbal medicines. So we'll make you up a tincture, which is basically a herbal formulation or a liquid formulation, basically, that has different herbs has different herbs that will help your particular case. So we make that up for you, especially for you. So it's a special formula that has your name on it. It's no one else's, it's exactly for your case, which is so beautiful with naturopathy. I love that. And yeah, we'll use that. We'll either use also energetic medicines, so say like homeopathy, flower essences. Sometimes you can even do things like Reiki and that sort of thing as well to stimulate your body to heal itself. So this is why I love naturopathy so much, because they give so much emphasis to the body's innate ability to heal itself. Our bodies are amazing and we need to give it more respect, you know. It tries its best at all times to keep healing itself and keep this beautiful homeostasis going, and it holds you up unconditionally. Even if you have a bad diet, you have a bad lifestyle, it's trying its best with what it's got to stay in homeostasis and to keep you healthy. So I think we need to give it that respect. So yeah, I guess this kind of wraps up this video. If you have any questions, maybe something I haven't covered, please let me know in the comments. I would be more than happy to answer any questions. Yeah. So like I said before, if any of this interests you, please follow along and subscribe to this channel, because I'll do more videos on this stuff. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this and I hope it made sense. But I'll see you later. Bye.